All right, y'all. So since I've started YouTube, there've been so many damn marketing brands trying to pump fake me to try and sell me nonsense, man. The only company that I trust that I've seen put in work to get niggas more damn followers is Make You Famous. Obviously, everyone needs a strong marketing team around them. So far, Make You Famous has met my expectations. If you do music, if you sell things, if you model, or like me, you just do YouTube, then they'll do what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And grow your following pretty quickly. So if that's what you're looking for, click the link below, email them to see all subscription deals. You feel what I'm saying? And no, I'm not being paid to say this shit, man. It's your boy Banks. Come on now. All I do is true talks. You feel me? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks, all right? Let's get straight right into it. So, right now we're going to be talking about what's going on. It's Thursday. Free agency starts on Sunday at 6 p.m. Not July 1st. They pushed it early, a day ahead. Sunday at 6 p.m. So basically we're gonna dive into it. All right. So we're gonna be talking about where I believe and where I think based off just logic and just IQ. Just obviously doesn't mean you're going to be right. I'm just using the best assumption I could do, the best analysis I could do of where I think the top free agents are going to go. So there's a lot of free agents. I don't have time to do all the other free agents, but you know who the main free agents who they care about. Oh, the K's. I'm going to be doing the K's. You already know. I already talked about Kawhi. So I'll briefly talk about Kawhi for people. If you need to know, go click the link. You can click the previous video and go watch the Kawhi video for a true in-depth analysis of me talking about Kawhi. But we're going to be talking about Kawhi. We're going to be talking about KD, that boy. Durantula. Oh, my God. We're going to be talking about him. And then, you know, the ones who are linked with KD. Obviously, we're going to talk about Clay. We're going to talk about Kyrie. The K's. We're going to talk about Kemba. You know what I'm saying? Chris Stapps. We have some people we're going to talk about. Jimmy Butler as well. So we're going to be talking about those. Those are the main guys that we're going to talk about. Let's dive straight right into it. And let's see what's going on here. All right. So basically, I'm going to start off. We're going to talk about KD. You already know that boy KD. That boy's a problem. So we're going to go into the history of kind of each person I talk about so we can see and make an assessment. All right. Where they're going to go. Basically the history of KD. If you guys haven't been living under a rock, you should know, but I'm going to go and give my IQ behind it. Basically, the man on the game versus the Clippers. You see as he tore his, it looked like he tore his Achilles. People were scared. Oh, he tore his Achilles. He looked back. He shocked. Oh my goodness, my Achilles. But if you actually look at it, he was holding his calf. He didn't touch his Achilles the whole time. So he might have tore or ruptured something within his Achilles. You never know. But again, if he ruptured something within his Achilles, he wouldn't be able to walk like that and move like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it actually was a calf strain. I don't think they were lying about that. It might have been a bit more serious, but the calf area, I don't think it was anything have to do with the Achilles. It was in the calf area. So that's clearly what happened. But if you watch the actual warm up before the game 5 in the finals, so he was trying to rehab and get better and get back and all that type of stuff. And as he was walking around, as he did the workout and everything, you seen as he had ice on his calf, kind of calf/Achilles. So that gives me IQ to just tell me that clearly with his Achilles, it wasn't that the Achilles was injured on that day with the calf, because if it was his Achilles, he wouldn't have came back in the first place. He would have been out. He wouldn't even be able, like, just take it in. How could you, like, that movement, he looked back, that's a tear. So if he tore that your Achilles, he wouldn't even be able to come back, you know, and do workouts and all that type of stuff. It would have been shut down and been done. So that's just no IQ thinking it was the Achilles. I don't think it was the Achilles at all. And the IQ and what it, just the way he was walking and reacting and where he held shows me it wasn't the Achilles. Because if you look, when he actually ruptured his Achilles, he actually held the Achilles, right? So clearly it's two different injuries. Probably during his rehab and during his movements, he was treating the calf the whole time. You get what I'm saying? He was treating the calf OD. So he probably had to overcompensate with the Achilles, and the Achilles was sore. And he probably let them know, yo, my Achilles is sore, etc., etc., etc. So that's probably why he had ice around his Achilles, because it's just, as you play anything, you ice anything that's sore. But it's clear that he just iced his Achilles. He was icing his Achilles. So clearly that tells me that, yo, it's sore. My Achilles is sore. What are we going to do? And that's why he's mad about how he feels like they misdiagnosed him, because his Achilles probably normally, like I was saying before, normally when a guy pops his Achilles, they don't have a shocked reaction because their Achilles has probably been sore. I've heard Rudy Gay and all these guys talk about it, Wes Matthews, even Kobe, that their Achilles has been sore leading up to it. But obviously, a lot of people play with a sore, like you play with a sore groin, then it heals, it goes away. You play with a sore Achilles, it heals and goes away. Sometimes it heals and goes away. So they're not really shocked, but they just ice it. They try to treat it to calm it down. Just, it's sore. It's like you have a sore, I don't know, sore knee. It's just, it doesn't mean like Kawhi had a sore knee, he played through it. It doesn't mean you don't play through it, right? So they didn't tell him the extent that, it could actually rupture or how serious it is. That's probably why he feels that he was misdiagnosed, that they didn't tell him how serious or that the Achilles could actually go. They didn't tell him anything like that. We just told him, my Achilles is sore. And they're like, yeah, it's sore. Just put ice on that, man. Just put ice on that. And that's a separate injury from the actual calf. I think it was good from his calf because if you actually watched the pregame warm before the game 5 versus the Raptors in the finals, he was actually doing all kinds of movements. He dunked. He did, single-legged, basically squat, pull-ups, type of one-legged things that he would never have done with his. I thought he was only gonna do it on his left leg. He did it on his right leg too. So, I was looking at it, and I knew he was good based on how he was moving. He was good. He blocked Pascal, like he was good, man. He was actually good, but it was just sudden movement popped the Achilles. So that's where it was sore. It had nothing to do with the calf. I think it's just a ruptured Achilles, and it was individual. So at the end of the day, that's where he's at now. And you can see the big news is that KD opted out. KD opting out basically means that he's a free agent. Now he's an actual free agent. He didn't pick up his player option like Gasol did. He's actually a free agent. So he's on the market. And him doing that, I just feel, and he's in New York chilling right now, doing his rehab, with the New York doctor. I don't know what team it is. I forgot. But they actually did his Achilles injury. You would think he would go to the Warriors and do that. So that just tells you that he's most likely out the door. I'd actually be surprised if he stays. And like I said, most people that leave, it's when they lose. It's hard to leave when you actually win. So the fact that he actually lost and is in a turmoil type of situation, this just shows you that he's gonna leave, which is ironic because Kawhi win, but they're saying he's gonna leave. So, anyways, that's a different point. That's a different K we're gonna talk about later. But you already know, like he's just in a situation where it's like, bro, you don't trust mans. I already know he's in New York. He's going to be meeting with the Nets. He's going to be meeting with the Knicks. I'll actually be surprised if he goes back to the Warriors like that. What would make me think he's going back to the Warriors if he picked up his player option and then the next year become an actual free agent. But he knows he can't do that because regardless if he's going to leave, he's probably a package deal with Kyrie. So that links to the next guy. And for him to just opt out just shows you why would he opt out and then sign a max like with the Warriors and get all this hate? You just know he is, for him even coming back is because he pays attention to media. You're weak for going to Golden State. Your rings aren't validated, this and this. So he's just gonna go somewhere else and get his ring. So I'll be surprised if he stays. That wouldn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. You got to build your legacy because that only way, like if he won the ring and got a 3-peat, it would be hard to leave because you could actually get a 4-peat, right? So the fact that he lost, got his 2-peat. Now he could actually go get his 3rd ring with someone else, just like where LeBron got his ring with someone else and try and propel himself past him. He's behind him with 3 rings and he has 2. So at the end of the day, it makes sense for him just to leave. I'll be surprised if he stays, like I said. Now it's between the Nets and the Knicks. I don't think anyone else has a shot. I don't think the Clippers do because at the end of the day, he's trying to get a storied franchise to actually get a ring, which would be New York would make the most sense for him and Kyrie to go to. Also, DeAndre Jordan is an unrestricted free agent there too. They have RJ Barrett. They could also sign DeAndre Jordan. And I know Kyrie, KD, and DeAndre all three play Team USA together. So I know they're going to go somewhere together. That just makes sense to me. Kyrie and KD are close like that. Those two, a dynamic duo, probably would be the most skill set duo I've ever seen. Probably, that most definitely like skill set. When I mean get buckets, skill set. So I'll be surprised if they stay in the Nets if they go to the Nets, you have so many different ball handlers when KD and Kyrie could ball handle. If you have all those ball handlers, I mean, it might make sense for him while he's out. But at the end of the day, if you go somewhere together, you already know that 1 year is going to be I'm not playing because you're going there together, clearly. So if they go to the Nets, I would be more surprised if they actually go to the Nets. Not OD surprised because it's still New York. But, I mean, I don't see them going to the Nets OD. I see I don't know. I've been saying from the jump. I just see KD and Kyrie. It just makes sense for them to go to the Knicks. The roster's more open. You got more younger guys. The positions that are actually filled aren't the positions. The positions that they have aren't really the positions that those guys play. There's so many back. You have Dinwiddie and you have Russell. There's enough. They got to lose Russell in the Nets, right? So it's a lot of chains and domino effects going on everywhere. Because if Kyrie and KD go to the Nets, then where's D'Angelo Russell going to go? He's a restricted free agent, right? So then he'll probably go to the Lakers, right? Russell, we don't know where Russell's going to go. It's all dependent on what the Nets do, right? So, and then again, you never know. Mans could feel salty. Oh, you went for them and then you strike out, then you want to come for me? Nah, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times mans don't do that because they know it's a business and they know the tiers and echelons anyways of who's a don and who's not. So it's just so many chain reactions and domino effects and all these type of things going on with this free agency. It's probably never been like this ever. This is probably going to be the craziest free agency because there's so many like interlocking pieces and people who are like connected. So many of them. So it's crazy, right? So like I said, if you have KD and Kyrie go to the Nets, then D'Angelo Russell has to go somewhere else. If they don't, then they keep D'Angelo Russell because he's a restricted free agent, not an unrestricted. So wherever he signs, they can match it, all right? And he probably would stay in the Nets. I say KD and Kyrie are probably going to go to the Knicks. That's just my assumption. Remember, I could be wrong. I'm just using IQ. If KD actually wins a ring with New York, like that's going to propel his career because they haven't won since how long? And it's a Stories franchise, right? It's the same thing LeBron's trying to do with the Lakers. KD could do with the Knicks and get his third ring, like what LeBron did with the Cavs and get his third ring. And then it's going to help Kyrie because Kyrie actually helped KD and he helped LeBron. So it makes sense for Kyrie to actually do it with KD to show that he doesn't need LeBron, right? And show KD he doesn't need the Warriors, right? I just think that's why they're linked and locked in because they're both trying to basically show they don't need LeBron, they're better than LeBron, etc. So I just think they just link on that perspective. Now I just feel like they're going to the Knicks, and then you have DeAndre, you have Kyrie, you have RJ Barrett, you have probably Knox Knox, KD, whoever, and then you have DeAndre Jordan. That's a solid starting lineup that could definitely win. You know what I mean? You have all kinds of pieces. So then another domino effect who's linked is Klay. Klay is actually linked, obviously, with KD because Klay is looking at it like, yo, I'm a Don. Y'all have disrespected me for this. How many years, Warriors? I've been the third string. You've been disrespecting me. Obviously, it comes with it. He hasn't got the All NBA. You can see he's clearly salty. It comes with it. He clearly stated he wants the max, right? He's not just getting the max. It's about getting the max right away. You know what I'm saying? So if he gets the max June 30 when it's open, he doesn't get that call, he's going to be like, okay, Clippers, I'm coming to see you. Clearly, he stated that because he feels disrespected. He feels like I need to be a priority now. I played through. I was carrying in the finals. I need to be a priority. Can you tell me? Can you show me the money? Show me. If they wait and go to KD first, I don't know how they're going to do that because they want to max out both. KD's obviously a priority, but Klay's also a priority too. Because if you lose both of them, oh my God, the Warriors are going downhill. They're gonna have to sign someone like Harrison Barnes, and then Harrison Barnes is gonna get his money OD. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna have to happen. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty sure that Klay's going to stay with the Warriors. I don't see him going anywhere else because his issue is only the max. And they're going to offer both of them the max. So that's clearly what's going on. So Klay's going to get his max. He's probably going to stay in Golden State. So we move on from there. Then we have the boy Kemba. Do you remember? You feel what I'm saying? So we have Kemba. And that's the other K. And he's linked with the other K, Chris Stapps. I feel that Chris Stapps is going to stay. He's going to be he's a restricted free agent, so the Mavs are just going to offer him just the whole money. Obviously, they have nobody else on the roster. Like, what they doing? So they're going to give Chris Stapps, Luka's a good duo, a nice duo. You add Kemba to that, that's a solid big three. You know what I'm saying? So Kemba could use IQ and go to the Mavs because the Mavs are set up for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luka's already past the way he plays. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kemba's 28, 29. Porzingis is 23. Luka's whatever, young 20s. So that's a problem already. I could see him going there, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there, but the chance of that happening is probably lower. Most definitely, he wants to stay in Charlotte and get the most money he wants to get. But if I'm Michael Jordan, listen, I'm not signing Kemba Walker to shit. Honestly, obviously you want business appeal and you want all of that, but I'm actually just sussing my rebuild even more. Because if I sign Kemba Walker, who's coming to Charlotte? Who's actually just gonna walk as a free agent and come to Charlotte? I'm gonna have to do that shit through trades and have bad contracts. Come on now, that's not happening. Like, you're not getting nobody through trade to come to Charlotte. I'd be surprised. So, you know what I mean? Like, actual another dynamic duo. It's just gonna be Kemba for years. You're just gonna pay money, pay OD money, and he's just gonna play. Then he's gonna be old, and at that point, they're not gonna win. Obviously, they're struggling to make playoffs by them, so they're gonna have. I don't know what kind of roster they could get. And then you're going to have to just start that rebuild, just basically delaying your rebuild. That's all you're doing. So at this point, I just be like, and that's why they're not smart. They should have traded him during the season, especially contract year, and got pieces back for him. But they used no IQ because they wanted to play it out, see if they can make the playoffs and see what they could do. But they didn't make the playoffs, so now you just lost on your opportunity. So me, I'll just let that nigga go. I wouldn't pay him, tell you the truth. Even, I'm not saying he's not elite. Like, obviously he's elite. It's just my team. My team and what I have around him, I know is nothing. So why would I waste money on paying him OD and just keeping him there when it's not like we've ever been in the playoffs like that anyways. So it's just a waste. You know what I'm saying? If you're a solid, mediocre team, I would pay him. Or, you know what I mean? Like a solid team where you're in the playoffs consistently, I would pay him. But he hasn't been, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Team is anus. So I'll just let him go. Let him be free. Let him go get his max somewhere else. Now people are saying he should go to the Lakers. Obviously, Lakers and they say Kemba's a good fit because of Kyrie. He's a Kyrie type of build. You know what I'm saying? He's a Kyrie type of player. He fits with LeBron. And you have AD. But remember, people are forgetting there's a Kuzma type of guy, right? So, I don't know. It could still fit. I don't see it not fitting. But it's just, what Bron are we getting the Bron that would actually let the man cook? Because you remember, LeBron's trying to get his history, his stats. He's trying to get the most points, most assists, most rebounds in NBA history, right? So he's trying to do that when he ends. So obviously he wants to win, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You don't know if he's going to actually allow Kemba to cook. So it might be a good fit, but at the end of the day, you got to look at what Kemba wants. I don't think the Lakers have the money to actually get Kemba like that because Kemba actually wants the money. He's been underpaid his whole career to this point. That's the context. Kemba's been underpaid. For a long time, he's been underpaid, man. Like, remember, Kyle Lowry's getting 31 mil. This guy's what, getting 8, 9? What was it, 10, 11? Like, pinch money. So, like, you know what I mean? It's that time. It's that time. Like IT said, bring the Brinks truck. So he's going to get the max wherever he goes. It's going to be hard for him to get the max in LA for all those years. Unless they go on the luxury tax, you know what I'm saying? So that could happen. That's a possibility. Kemba's one guy where I don't know where he's going to go. I would actually be surprised if he stays in Charlotte. Like, not that he stays, but if they offer him that, I'll be surprised because it's just no IQ. But then again, Michael Jordan and them boys have been using no IQ this whole time. So, and Mitch Kupchak or whatever his name, the guy from the Lakers, the GM is there now. So Mitch is there. So you never know. There's going to be bare no IQ. So at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen with Kemba. That's the one piece that he might wait to see how things go. Jimmy Butler, I'd be surprised if he leaves Philly because he wants the max. I don't think the Lakers give him the max, and he's in a perfect situation in Philly where he's the closer, and you know that's what he wants. So I'll be surprised if he actually leaves. Tobias he'll go back to the Clippers if Kawhi doesn't go there. You know Tobias is out. He's not trying to do the shit he did. So the Philadelphia 76ers will definitely lose. Then you got guys like JJ Redick. There's a lot of pieces. You don't know. I don't know where JJ is gonna go. A lot of these guys aren't gonna get signed till later down the line. You know what I'm saying? But the main guys, I already kind of know where they're gonna go. Remember, you still got Al Horford's out there. You got the Chris Middletons. You got all kinds of guys out there. But the main ones who we're talking about, like the only one I don't know where he's gonna go is Kemba. And then the next one is Kawhi. Like I said, if you watch the other video, I said it makes the most sense, and I feel that he's going to stay in Toronto. I feel he should do a long-term deal. But for a guy like him who wants to win, I don't think he's probably going to do a long-term deal because next year, Gasol's a free agent, Siakam's a restricted free agent, Kyle Lowry's a free agent, and Ibaka's a free agent. So that's your top, basically 4 or 5 guys that will be free agents. So it makes sense for him to do a 1+1. That's probably what he's going to do. I will do a long-term because of injury histories and just forget that shit and just demand a trade after that. But that's harder to kind of get traded. So at the end of the day, people, they always want to go home. But look at Paul George. At that certain moment, you're just like, forget that home shit. I can just go home anytime. All right? So that's clearly what he could do. But I know he's probably going to do a short-term deal. I see the smartest thing for him to do a long-term deal just to protect his injuries and himself. But he's going to do a short-term deal, obviously. Like I said, it's hard to see a man win and then leave. So I'll be surprised if he goes to the Clippers, win and then leave. KD lost and then now he's leaving. So that's the perfect situation for him to leave. He's like, I'm out. Deuces. Deuce. You know what I mean? So There's all kinds of other guys too that we want to see. Like this free agency is gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. We don't know where mans are gonna go. There's a lot of things that's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. Like there's so many guys. Like there's Millsap, there's Brook Lopez, Julius Randle, Bogdanovic. There's Bogdanovic. There's Al Horford. Cousins is also there too. You know what I mean? JJ Redick. You got Brogdon, Vukovic. You know what I'm saying? Vukovic could even go to the Knicks if he wants to. That would be nice. Vukovic. You got Chris Middleton. You know what I mean? You got all kinds, right? You got all kinds of people. Like I said, Porzingis, and you got those are the main top 20. But there's other guys. There's Cantor. There's so many people, man. There's so many people. It's gonna be hard to keep up. Your phones are gonna be blowing up. Pay attention. Pay attention. But basically, the top guys where they're gonna go. That's how I feel where they're gonna go. We're gonna see what happens. It just makes sense. Like I said, Kemba's the only wild card for me, where I don't know where he's gonna go out of the top maybe 5-6 guys. He's the wild card, man. Like Kemba. You got to get your money wherever you can get your money, and if you want to win. The Lakers make sense, but they don't have the money, man. You can't sacrifice again. You can't, man. You can't sacrifice again. But I feel like it's between Charlotte and Lakers. I'd be surprised if he ends up Dallas. Dallas, you could get your money in Dallas. You could probably get your money in Dallas. Dallas would be actually IQ, low-key. That's a sleeper. That's a sleeper because it's not like your scrubs. You have a big three there. It's not like your scrubs, and it's a big three for a while. It's a big three for a while, and they have no point guard, man. They have no point guard like that. Don't sleep on Dallas, man. Now that I'm thinking of it, that's a great fit. That's actually a better fit than the Lakers. For Kemba, that's a great fit. Luka could play on ball, and he could play off ball. You know what I'm saying? So, and Kemba could play on ball and off ball. That's a great, I like that, man. I'm telling you, man, go to Dallas, Kemba. Makes the most sense. People are going to say, oh, you don't want Kemba in Los Angeles. I'm just saying. Kemba's the type of guy where at this point of his career, he needs that money, man. He's never been paid. Like, this is your prime. 28, 29. This is your prime. You're in your prime. Like, the next contract is not going to be in your prime. Lakers can't pay you that, man. And if they do, they're going in lunch. We'll see. If Lakers can pay you that, then, I mean, hey, go play with those guys and you have a big four. You know what I mean? But you're sacrificing, right? You're sacrificing. So most of the times when you go to a championship built team like that, you sacrifice on the money and you sacrifice on your individual stuff. So for a championship. So like I said, at this point, I feel like you should go to the best position where you could actually win. In your mind, you're like, oh, in a couple of years, I could actually maybe win a championship. And I get the most money. That's the Mavs. That's the Mavs, yo. That's the Mavs. Like, I'm telling you, if this man does not get his money, he'll never get his money. Then you have guys like IT kicking themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, that's what we have for free agency, man. We'll see. It's going to, next week is going to be a big week. I'm going to be talking about where everybody lands, where everybody goes. I'm going to be talking about it, seeing how it fits, seeing how I like it, or if not. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's True Talks. Because True Talks, man. Stay ready, man. June 30 is the day. We out here. There's no drought here and there's no doubt here. You feel me? Share, like, and subscribe. You got to get me popping, man. We out here. I appreciate y'all. Nevertheless, you already know. Now I got to go. And I'm out, man.